Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you're here. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Comment as much as you can in this video. Thanks for being here, and I hope you love these videos as much as I do. Hey everybody, and welcome to DIY number 1. So today I have these two stretch canvases that I picked up at Five Below. I wanted you to see twice. But I got both these 16 by 20 canvases for $5, and that joint compound was $8, and then my little spready tool was like $1.50 or something like that. So this is relatively an inexpensive project. And I know you guys seen this all over the internet, but I was cruising through Anthropologie because this video is an Anthropologie dupe, and they have these paintings for so expensive. I mean, hundreds of dollars, and you can make this at home. You can make this at home. Now, I'm gonna try and frame this. I didn't have the wood at the time when I was making this decor, but I think they might look really nice framed in, and not like a big frame, but a nice thin frame that will go all the way around. So it's up to you if you want just the canvas, or if you want to frame it in. It's not difficult. I don't do like the mitered edges because that's just not my strong point, but just nice, smooth, straight edges will work perfect for me. So the consistency of this, I was actually really shocked. It's kind of like frosting. So it's a very smooth, fine finish. I've never used this stuff before um, because I've never had to, you know, join some compound or compound some joints. I don't know. But anyway, so I've seen people use different things, but this one was the one that I saw that was the most popular, so I wanted to go ahead and give it a try. And I'm just using a little spreading tool and I'm spreading it all over the place. Now this is definitely like preference. Like what look you're going for is how you're gonna do this. And so there's a smooth edge and there's like not smooth edges on this little tool. And so really honestly, I am just messing with this over and over and over again until um, I find some kind of pattern that makes my eyes happy. I mean, because that's really what it's about. It's your design, you do it. You go from there. You can use a fork if you don't have one of these. You can use a stick. You can use your fingers. You can use a bazillion things. But I just, since I was in that aisle of the hardware store, um, I just went ahead and grabbed the little tool because I wanted to uh, use it. So you see right there that little happy, that little funny laughing face. This is my kitchen table, guys. And so this is where I'm doing all um, my crafting from now on. And my daughter was eating spaghetti and she's like, "Hey, can I sit with you?" And then like she sat it down and of course the spaghetti fell on the table and she had to pick it up. And then as she got it to where it was almost not in the screen, there it is. Now it's not in the screen, but she's sitting across from me while I'm doing this. And, we're talking and laughing. And she's like, "What are you doing, Mom?" But, they should know by now, all my kids, that I do what I want. And sometimes I ask for their opinion, and most of the time I do not. So, anyways, that was the first one, and then I wanted to do both because you'll see in the end shot that I have a big wall above my couch, and currently I have two boho pictures on the side of a round basket, and so I pulled them down to hang these up um, for the photo, um, but I'm still not sure. I think they need frames. I think they need frames because the wall is painted like a green. I don't know. It was painted like that when we moved in here. I just never painted over it because the wall is like super, super tall. And your girl does not want to stand on a ladder to paint that wall because painting walls is my least favorite thing to do. Tell me down in the comments below how you feel about painting walls. Yeah, it is not I do not like it. I will paint furniture all day. I've painted cabinets, you name it, I've painted it. But walls are not my favorite. So I messed with that one, and that's how I ended up leaving it. And then I'm going to take some more joint compound, and I'm going to add color to it because you can change the color of this to whatever you want. So if you want to do bright colored, you want to do muted colors, you choose. So I wanted like a darker gray, so that's what I came up with. And then this was a smaller canvas that I had laying around, and so I decided to use this because I wanted to try something else at well. I wanted to try like a layered look. So I'm doing the dark underneath, and then once it dries enough, then I'm going to put the white over the top. So the funny thing is that once these dried, it took like a full 24 hours for them to dry. But once they dried, I hung them on the wall, and my daughter's like, "Dude, mom, from over here, like it looks like there's nothing on them." So, um, yeah, I don't know how people get away with just the white. Maybe they're not hanging them on the wall; they're leaning them against a wall. Because if the light comes through the bottom, you can see the texture variation. Um, so I wouldn't recommend hanging these on the wall if you're not going to add any other color to it. That's why I really liked putting this darker color on the bottom and the white on top because you can really see the contrast. So does have a kind of a funky smell, so just be careful when you're using it. And then this dried for a while here, and then I decided to add some more blah, 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 more joint compound to give it some more texture in the areas where I felt like it wasn't quite as textured as I wanted it to be. Just adding layers. So that's why I said this took definitely a full 24 hours to dry, because I let it dry enough to add some more where it wouldn't smush into the bottom there, the bottom layer, and that I could work on the texture. And I like how I was simple with just the one the one lined kind of swoosh across the top. And then that's how it came out. So that's all nice and dry. But see how when the light comes from behind it, you can really see the texture? Yeah, it's not like that on a wall. So this gray bottom one has dried enough. And so I'm just going to smear some more of the joint compound over the top. And it's really cool because it just picks up in the raised areas um, just right, just to give it some more dimension, because this is all about dimension. And like I said, you just keep playing with this until your little eyes are happy with what you see, because you're the one that has to look at it every day. So sometimes people don't see my vision, guys, and that is perfectly okay because my style is not necessarily everybody else's style. But I will say right now, I'm very happy to announce that my brother had come over this weekend, and he said that my house seemed so peaceful and so relaxing and more zen feeling and um, than it ever has before, the way that I have it decorated now. And I love my very mixed um, style of decorations here. Um, so this is after I hung it on the wall and it was really, really just white and you couldn't tell. So I'm using Mineral by Waverly to add some more color. I love that color because it's not beige and it's not gray. It's a beautiful combination of the both of them. And within playing with it, I didn't want to leave I didn't want it to be splotchy because of all the texture. So I used my little continuous misting spray bottle and I would spray down the canvas and then add the color, and it almost gave it kind of like a watercolor look. And I just absolutely love it. I hope you guys love this as much as I do. It definitely was easy, but time consuming because of the dry time, and the painting on this was took a little bit longer, and then I would put some on and then I realized like, oh, I need some more depth here or a little here, a little less here. So like I said, this is the fun part. This is the part where you just do it until you like it, and then when you're done, you just kind of like, you'll look and you'll be like, yes, I'm done. So I took some black and I added it into the Mineral because I wanted to give it a little bit of an ombre look. Um, so I was just trying to darken up the Mineral color just a little bit. And then when my daughter got home from work last night, she goes, "Oh my gosh, Mom, I love, 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 love the canvases with the color on it." So it's even daughter approved. My husband thinks I'm crazy, but that's okay. I'm used to that. But definitely, like, It did a little bit of time, about, I want to say $12 to make two 16 by 20 pictures. That is an excellent price. Excellent, excellent price. So yeah, so this is just more of me kind of mixing it in. It was very peaceful. It was a peaceful project. It's like you don't realize that we don't color enough as adults. So this was fun, definitely. So let me know down below what colors you guys would have used, what kind of patterns you would have put in yours. If you would have put any patterns and just left, just the brushes basically back and forth. I'd love to know what you guys would do in this particular um, with this particular project. And I did actually end up going all the way around the border until I frame it so it's not so white that it had like a frame, like a border to it. See, I love it with the light coming through. So I just got to figure out where to put them in my house where it definitely looks better. But again, like I said, I just absolutely love it. I loved adding some darker lines through it. I ended up adding a little bit of white into it to, kind of soften the area in between the dark lines um, and the white. So yeah, I'm just loving it. So here it is. This is my wall. I got that center thing from Home Goods on clearance for $20. I was eyeballing it for a while, and once it went on clearance, it was in my basket ready to go. So I love these. I hope you guys love them as much as I do. And then this next shot is what the gray bottom one looks like on a totally different wall. And then those spots are the light coming through um, the blinds. But this is super cute. I actually laid a fern across it, set it into it, and then let it dry for a while, and then pulled it off. So just to give it a little bit more dimension. I love it. On to DIY number 2 and the quickest one out of all 3. So this mirror is from Anthropologie, and I didn't have a shot of the price, but I want to say it was, I don't remember, it was a lot. So obviously my mirror is going to be smaller, and I do actually have the bigger ones of these from the Dollar Tree in my garage, but I couldn't find them. So here we are. So I just took the frame off the mirror, and then you saw that the foliage is all from the Dollar Tree. And this right here is Rub and Buff. So I would have preferred gold spray paint, but like I said in my last video, I don't have any right now, and I'm trying not to buy any more stuff. I'm making do with what I have. So I'm just going to slap this on. It was super easy. It goes on nice and smooth. Note, this is a side note. I saw all over the tickety talk that people put it on their handles for their refrigerators to give them like a different look. That lasted all of 10 seconds. I put it on there, I let it dry overnight, and now where everybody grabs it is it's rubbed off. So the rub it didn't rub and buff and stay on, it rubbed off on everybody's hands. They grabbed it. So but my brother's girlfriend was here this weekend, and she said that it looks on purpose like that. So I just leave it. Here we go. So I'm just going to put this all over this frame right here. And like I said, if you had a gold spray paint, or if gold isn't your color, this is definitely like an antique brassy gold, which is, I love, love, love this color. So whatever color you want this to be. It's just I'm just using the original as an idea, definitely not doing exactly the same thing because I'm putting my Amanda twist on it, and this is what I decided to do. So I just pulled a couple of the leaves off of this foliage that I got from the Dollar Tree. I want to say I got this one last year, but they have a ton of different greenery always. Like that's just, they always have something different. So I am also rub and buffing, or actually, as you can see here, I am painting on the rub and buff. So as you saw that little red subscribe come across the screen, make sure if you haven't already subscribed to my channel that you are subscribing to my channel. Like, comment, please comment. Oh my gosh, I only get like 2 comments a video, guys, and it would help my channel immensely if everybody commented on the videos, just telling me um, which DIY you like the most, what you'd like to see me make. Is there any dupes that you'd like to see me do? where you live, what the weather is, tell me about your kids, all that good stuff. I love to know everything about you guys, and I try to share as much as I can about you. So I just rub. I painted these gold. So I painted these gold, and I'm just using a little hot glue to adhere it to the frame. I put the mirror back on it, just pops right back on. I was going to attempt to cut that, but that is wire, and I couldn't find my wire cutter, so I just left it. Um, so just be careful because of the foliage. Uh, you could get hot glue all over your hands, which I did, and it just got to be a hot mess. So anyways, I hope you guys like my table. That is actually contact paper that I got on Amazon. If I remember, I will link it down below, but I love it. It's such a great, bright, rustic little look in my kitchen, and it's easy to clean off. And if it gets too messed up, I just peel it off and put some more. So as you saw in the original, there was a flower here, but I'm not real flowery, so I decided that I was going to just use this combination of foliage, and I love how it came out. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Um, but yeah, here it is. There's my camera. I just see I'm in my kitchen. There's me. Hi. But here it is. So cute. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Make sure to comment down below and let me know what you think. So here we are at our last anthropology dupe for this particular video. So here it is. That is the picture of it. So it's just a pot with the little beads in the front. And I found this at the Dollar Tree. I think that the design on it is super cute. Um, and then here are some beads. I just keep these beads. I have beads in all the sizes. So these are just the ones I'm going to use for this project. And I am using a skewer, so you can see that these beads have been something else before. There's some that are green, there's some that are stained, some that are fresh. I kind of take them off and go from there and reuse them. Reuse, reduce, recycle. That's what we do here. So I decided on the number that I was going to use, and I'm just putting out a little piece of brown craft paper, and I'm going to paint these Plaster by Waverly. So I've seen people use plastic bags, and they pour the paint in it and smush it around and then pull them out. This is the easiest process for me when it comes to painting beads, and they kind of just swirl around on the skewer, and then I could get all the sides at one time, and it works out really well. So here I am. I'm just going to paint all these, and then I'm going to use my heat tool to dry them so I can get onto this project a little faster. I love my heat tool. I got mine actually, the one I'm using right here, I got it at Ross. Amazingly enough, Ross has a section where they have crafting supplies, and I found lots of good stuff there. So now I'm just figuring out my placement of where I'm going to put them. And at first I was just going to use a little hot glue and secure it on the inside, and I thought, that is not going to be good in the long run. So here I am. I am using my glue gun to actually melt a hole into the side of this planter. So I'm just figuring out how it is that I'm going to put them on there, and I make 2 holes. First one went through so easy. The second one was a little harder, but I got it done. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint this entire planter with the Plaster Chalk Paint by Waverly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do 2 full coats of this to give it a nice base. If you didn't want to hand paint here, you can always use spray paint. Spray paint would be awesome and so much quicker. Okay, so I tied my little beads through the holes and through the backside, and now I'm going to use glue, and I'm going to use the glue to secure the beads to the pot itself, because in the picture it looks like it's very stable, like it's not moving beads. So we're going to glue them to the pot this way, and I even put a little bit of glue over the top of the twine that I used, just so it doesn't have that twine look, but more of like part of the planter itself. And I'm going to hot glue all the way down and secure it into place. And then what does your girl decide to do? Well, I had a whole container of joint compound, so I decided I was going to use the joint compound all around this planter to give it a more beefier look. In the original photo, it almost looks um, like the same kind of concept, like a plaster of some sort with like a sweater design in it almost. But I really liked the design that was in this particular planter. So all I'm doing here is enhancing the texture and design in the planner, and adding some more texture to the vase, because it gives it so much more of a high-end look. Like, it doesn't look plastic. So you and I know that this is a plastic planter, but anybody seeing it is not going to believe you that this is plastic. And I love that the drain holes are still in the bottom. So if you wanted to use this for, you just poke those little holes in the bottom with like a screwdriver or something. But if you wanted to go ahead and use this as a planter for a real plant, then you could still do that, and you don't have to worry about drainage issues. So I'm just going to go around this whole planter, and here I am out of shot. I was so into it, like trying to get it on as much as I can without like completely losing the design underneath. Um, and I'm just going to continue, like I said, to go all the way around. And it worked out really good because the joint compound dries the same color as the paint that I put on there. So you can't tell the difference between the paint and the joint compound. And then when this dried 100%, it was really like where the peaks are, and like the more the texture is, um, it was real like pokey. So I just took a little sandpaper, and I took it outside and I sanded it down, and it sanded down so beautifully, and so easy. Like, it didn't take, I think I was using 220 grit. It didn't take a lot of pressure to do it. It was really smooth and really nice and really quick. So here we are. This is a day later after it's been sanded. You could see that we still have the wavy design in it, but we also have the texture. I think this came out so cute. This for sure is my favorite of the projects, just because it looks so high end and so easy to do this. And that is my son turning the light on and off in my kitchen, because it's like the videos earlier, it was too earlier in the day, and this was too late in the day. So anyways, we're messing with the lighting. We're still figuring it out. I'm doing my videos when I can. But I love this. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Make sure that you comment down below and tell me which one of these projects was your favorite, and what would you have done differently if you would use the same color. You saw that the colors in the original video were definitely different, but I went with what matches my house the best. So I'm just going to use a little floral foam and eucalyptus in here, and I am going to hot glue it to the bottom so it doesn't move. These stones are from the Dollar Tree. I'm using 2 bags. I really could have used a third bag, but 2 bags is what I had, so 2 bags is what I'm using. So a little hot glue, sticking it to the one in the bottom, and then some hot glue sticking the second piece of foam on top there. If you had more floral foam, then you could definitely fill all the space all the way around. I couldn't find any more floral foam, although I know I have it somewhere, but we do the best with what we got. So I'm just going to take my branches of eucalyptus here, and I'm just going to arrange them However, I like them. Eventually, I will be adding some more. I just got to go dig some more out of my greenery bin in the garage. And to fill in some space, I went and used a um, grocery bag. So I just wanted to fill in the excess space. You could do it however you want. Um, Now I'm just dumping in this second bag of rocks, and really I'm just wanting to cover up that bag so you can't see it. And even if it does show a little bit, it is brown, so it just looks like, part of the dirt, which worked out well for me. Um, but yeah, so this was super easy and fun. I hope that you guys like it, and I hope that you love this video. Let me know down below if there's any other dupes you'd like me to do. But Anthropologie is my favorite. It's just I'm not willing to spend the money on the kind of stuff that they have, but I know that I can make it. So that solves that problem. And then right next to the plant stand is that uh, cake plate candle holder thing that we had made in the last video I did. And then, of course, our wall art that we did earlier in this video. I hope you guys love this as much as I do. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.